What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Dirt Soldiers MX Racing Podcast. I'm super excited and pumped to bring back for a second time the guest today, and that guest is Joe DeGano. Joe founded MX Coach in 2001, incorporating all the fundamentals of motocross, creating the most comprehensive motocross coaching program that combines mental training, riding technique, physical training, and sports nutrition. His education and training to lead ontological coaching and trainings began in 1990. The students, clients, and teams, businesses he has worked with have a track record of miraculous results, and many are recipients of numerous national awards and titles. So what's up, Joe? Welcome back to the program. Glad to have you on.
Hi, Scoob. Great to be here. Really great to be here. Really great to share with you all what we're doing now. Right.
Yep.
The last time I was on your podcast, we talked about MX Coach and our way of coaching, and how we lead head first in motocross. What does that mean? We lead with the mental side with everything that we do. But now we've got this whole new program called Be a Motocross Coach, in which we're going to train people to be a professional motocross coach and have a successful motocross coaching business.
That's awesome and great, dude. I love it. And that's what we're on this podcast today to talk about. So let's get a little bit deeper into that. What exactly is being an MX Coach, the professional coaching certification?
So there's been such a demand for coaching in all levels of the sport all over. And I've been in this business a long time, since 2001. So I really did this to respond to the demand in the market. So the first part is, if you're already a motocross coach, or if you want to be a motocross coach, we're creating a program to train you, if you are a motocross coach, to further your training.
Yes.
To further give you more power with your students, more access to the technology that will really make a difference, and get certified. So there's some kind of standard in the industry. Right now, there's no standard. You can just be a coach and hang a name, a sign up on front of your garage, and you're a coach. And look, there's some great coaches out there, and I haven't met a bad one yet. All the coaches that I've met, at least, man, they really want to make a difference. They really want to contribute to other riders. They really want to share what they've discovered in their own racing or whatnot. This whole idea is that to create a program that benefits the whole industry of motorcycle coaching, that we elevate each other, that we have a certain standards, certain methodologies that work, so that anybody coaching people can have access to, wow, that person got great value, whatever they came for.
Mm-hmm.
And so the second part of the program is to have a coaching business. So this program is for, professional coaches. I want to make money doing it, whether that's part-time or full-time.
Mm-hmm.
And we deal with you, that's my other job. I do business coaching and consulting, right, with big companies, small companies, medium-sized companies.
Mm-hmm.
That's mainly what I do for a living anymore. So we're going to bring that into it too, so that if you already have a coaching business, great. We're going to elevate your business, that you're more successful financially, you can grow, you can earn the kind of income that you would like. And if you're new to the sport or new to coaching, then great. We'll show you how to get going, how to start your own business and avoid the pitfalls that many of us have.
I was going to ask you about that too. So this is also going to be for brand new people. If you never had any coaching experience in the motocross industry, you'll be able to join this program and learn the techniques and methodologies to do that, correct?
Yeah, that's right. And there's two pieces, and let me talk about that one since you brought it up.
Yeah.
Okay. When everyone thinks of coaching, they think, oh yeah, I'm going to be coaching Ryan Villapoto and Eli Tomac. No. Now you might. And it's fun to coach AMA pro riders, and I've coached a handful of them.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a lot of fun to be down in Anaheim and all that stuff. But let me make it clear to everybody that motocross is a family sport and an amateur sport far more than it is a professional level sport. And that's who you're going to be coaching, is mini riders, beginners, amateur racers, vet racers, and then, some fast guys like intermediates that want to win or go pro. But the majority of it is you're going to be teaching amateur racers.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right. So look, if I tell you, if you're any accomplished coach or rider, look, could you do a beginner motocross school? Like just teach beginners the fundamentals on how to get going in motocross. Oh, sure, I can do that. Well, that's where we're going to start, right? So those that have never done this before, we're not going to throw you in front of an AMA pro or an intermediate. No, we're going to start with the basics.
Yeah.
And the basics is what also works at the AMA pro level.
Isn't that funny?
Yeah. So the pro, I just want to make it clear that this program, like, who's Joe DeGana? We'll get into that, right?
Yeah.
Who's Joe DeGana? How's he going to be able to coach me? Blah, blah, blah. I haven't heard that, blah, blah, blah. He's not coaching Vil Poto or whatever. The point is that I've got a heck of a background in motocross and in coaching and in working with people in a coaching environment. We've got a great program here that will make a difference with any level rider. And I can have any level rider from beginner up to AMA pro and make an outlandish contribution in a short amount of time. Breakthrough. And I'm going to share with you how we do that. And again, it's not like it's that complex. And it is a skill and it is an art. And the first part starts with the mental part. And, it's not about going to the track and giving people tips, advice, encouragement. No. Nothing wrong with that. And we do that from time to time. But there's a whole world of coaching. That's what you're going to get open to. And I don't care what level coach you're at, you will get something extraordinary in being in this program. And if you're new to it, you're going to start at the highest level possible, where you can interact with any student, and within 3 hours, they're like, holy cow, I got it. This is so valuable.
Yes. And actually start to have breakthroughs in that short amount of time.
That's the game.
Yep.
Right. And so that's the program. It's two pieces. One, we're going to train you to further develop you to be a coach if you already are, or we're going to show you how to be a coach if you're not one and you want to be. And then we're going to work with you in your business. If you already got a business, great. We're going to show you how to have breakthrough results, have real financial success in your business and with your staff. And if you've never done that, we're going to show you how to start a business and how to have a successful business.
Yes. And
the market is ripe.
Yep. The market is definitely ripe right now. And I absolutely love that, because it's not a thing where right now a lot of programs you go through just kind of cookie cutter, show you what to do, but you have this second part that's going to actually show you the business aspect of it, and I think that's a great idea.
Well, the other thing, Scuba, I want to say, who's Joe DeGana? Right?
Yeah.
Well, I'm nobody. You got to get that. I'm nobody. However, I've worked with people that are somebodies that you would know, and have trained and developed me for decades in coaching, in athletics, in motocross. I mean, the mentors that have worked with me, and you can check them out on my website, mxcoach.com or beamxcoach.com, and see, right? I'm not going to sit here and tell you I'm somebody, but I've worked with high-level AMA pros. I've been at the Supercrosses. I've been racing international with these pros. It's fun. But the bread and butter and what I've been specialized in is working with amateurs. Yeah, local riders and those that want to turn pro. Man, the list is long. That I've taken an amateur rider with no prodigy background, no PW50 jumping triples, just a kid that decided to start racing in his teens, and he's now AMA pro. That is who I am, right? Yeah. And I put together a program. I don't want to be blowing my own horn, but the technology in this program is incredible. It's an ontological approach. Well, what does that mean? Yeah. It's not going to leave you with information. It's going to leave you in action. And you know what? I don't know any other approach that can leave you in action, whether that's in business or in athletics.
I wanted to ask you about that ontological. I brought that up when we started this podcast here. So can you tell a little bit more about that? So you said it leaves you in action. That approach, you're stepping forward in action.
Yeah. So, what that looks like is people come to my schools, or they come to do lessons with me. They want to get better. I cannot work with an amateur trying to get better. I can't work with a person trying to get better. It just doesn't work that way. Yeah. But we're all wired to think that, look, I need information. If I can get the information, it will make me better. Yeah. If I'm better, then I can achieve what I want. And then one day, someday, maybe I'll be who I want to be. So everyone's listening for the answer, the secret, right? All that. That's not the approach we take. Why are you really here? What are you really at a motocross school for? And I promise you, it ain't to get better. Now, there may be some people, they want to get better. That's fine. But people want to win.
Yeah.
They want to turn pro. They want to win the local race. They want to win a championship locally. They want to do something great on a motorcycle. That's why they're showing up at a motocross school.
Yeah, not just to get a little bit better.
Right. So we've got to get that up on the table and get why they're really here.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, instead of trying to get there, you're going to see that the future that you want in motorcycling, that you can be it now. And I'm going to relate to you in that way. That is where the breakthroughs in performance come. That is where somebody can go through the amateur ranks in an unbelievable pace,
yes,
and be local pro in a short amount of time.
Oh, that's a good description of that, and I really like that. We actually kind of touched on that in our first podcast, and you know, and you said about how you got to make that decision to where you want to be, and you can do that right now. It's not some thing in the future where you're striving just to maybe be this way. No, what do you really want? And if you want that, let's go get it.
Yeah. Yeah, and do you have the courage to say it out loud?
Yes.
Right, and then deal with everything there is for you to deal with to say it out loud. Well, I don't think I can. What if I fail? All that nonsense.
Mm-hmm.
We deal with that in a way that you can say what you're really out to, and that empowers you. That has you being it, trying to get there, but actually being it now. So, that's the foundation of it. You've got to experience it for yourself, but that's what you'll be coached in.
Yes.
That's what will coach you to coach from those foundations. Now I can interact with the student, because here's what people are left with after a typical motocross school: tips, tricks, and advice.
Yep.
You know what they say? Oh yeah, I learned that I should have my head over the bars and my elbows up. Oh yeah, you learned that, huh? How come I don't see you riding like that?
You learned it, but you're not doing it.
Oh, I learned that, all the top guys ride with their feet on the balls of their feet on the peg.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's how they ride. I learned that in the school.
Mm-hmm.
And why aren't you riding that way? Well, it kind of is like this. I'm going to get in shape next week. I'm going to quit smoking next month,
mm-hmm.
and I'm going to stop spending more money than I earn next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Right. It just becomes a pile of information of things that I know to do, but I'm not doing.
Yes.
And in my schools, you don't get that. No, you get impacted in a way, and this is what I want to share with y'all,
yep.
in a way that you are left in action. That if I say, look, get your head over the bars and your elbows up like all the top pro riders ride, and you get, I got that. That ain't enough. You're going to discover for yourself, like, holy cow, that works. Not only does it work, that is now how I ride.
Yeah, you take that action, and with that action, you go forward.
Yes, yeah, so it's like discovering something that works. Once you discover it, it's yours.
Yeah,
you've got. Instead of, I'm going to get in shape. I need to eat better and exercise more. But I know that, but I don't do it. Right? So that's coaching lives, right? And that's what we're teaching people. There is a big distinction, and you can read about it on my website, via the difference between instructing and teaching, mm-hmm. training, and then this new world called coaching. Coaching leaves people in action, taking actions, realizing what they're really out to accomplish, right? In the Olympics, they got coaches. Why? Because they couldn't have got there at that level without a coach. In business, people have coaches to operate at a high level.
Yep.
So I've got to move away from this whole trainer business of telling me what I know to do that I'm not going to do, and get into, holy cow, I discovered what works.
Yep.
And that's just how I ride now.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I see things now.
Mm-hmm. And relating this to, as far as the BMX coach program, these are what people that leave this program are going to, techniques and I guess not techniques, but methodologies they're going to be instilled with once they go through this program, correct?
Yeah, right. You're really going to be entering the world of coaching, right? And be able to make a difference with your clients. Now, You talk about techniques. Yes, we've got a scientific methodology. And look, I'm no genius here, but I know what works.
Yeah.
We've looked at motocross from a scientific approach with masters, okay,
Yep.
that are far smarter than this than I have been and have trained me in that. And we have looked at other sports like football, baseball, swimming, martial arts, and we have broken down like, why do people practice those sports so differently than we do in motocross? We're a motorsport. Oh, how we practice in motocross is unloading our motorcycle from the truck, or now unloading it from the 30-foot trailer pulled by the 25-foot motorhome, right?
Well, of course, yeah.
And burn laps.
Yeah. And
work on the jumps, the clickers and the scrubs, right? But every other sport, oh no, the coach says, hold on. You're a quarterback in the football? Yeah, we're not doing a scrimmage game today or tomorrow or next week. No, we've got to break down what it is to throw a football. Coach, I know how to throw a football. I'm in high school. I've been throwing a football. My dad has showed me how to throw a football. You have no idea how to throw a football. We are now going to show you the fundamentals of the physics of how a football is thrown by the greats and what they're dealing with to get it to have the trajectory and blah, blah, blah precision that it does.
Yep.
And then that coach breaks it down and educates you. And then he does drills and drills and drills and drills until he's clear that you've got some competency in those. Then he starts bringing a running back and you start throwing it to him over and over and over and over and over and over until you discover something there that works. How can you tell? Actions never lie. So we break it down in a scientific method, the physics of motorcycling. We have the 8 fundamentals of control. There's 8 fundamentals on moves on how to control a motorcycle. Okay. I've worked with AMA pros and I ask them, what are the 8 fundamentals? They look at me like I'm crazy. Never seen one of them that had all 8 of them or been using all 8 of them. We break it down and we got drills and we have you work on specific competencies in which you master control of your machine, like every other sport.
Yes. Isn't it crazy that every sport, I mean, you just bringing up what you said about the football player, I'm thinking, there's a football team goes through drills. I mean, you got the defense, the offense, the line, the running backs, and you just broke down just one part, the quarterback, and he goes through a ton of drills, right, to get that technique down correct, to be good at that, right? But why is it every sport there is? We could throw a million out right now. There's going to be coaches that teach you the fundamental techniques, but motocross is the only one that people seem to think that there's not fundamental techniques. They have this mentality of just twist the throttle and go. And it's a bad thing, because it's not that way. There are fundamental techniques.
Well, it lives in these myths we have. Okay, so one of the myths in motocross is, look, I can see how Dungy rides, but look, I have a different style. See, it all gets in the style world. Well, that's my style. I'm not going to go to that school. He's going to change my style. Well, if I was a swimmer and I went to a swim team with a coach and the coach is like, look, we've studied Phelps. Here's the techniques he's doing in the freestyle, and you go, Coach, yeah, I got that, but that's Phelps style. That's Phelps style. I like to do my style. The coach is going to laugh at you.
Yes.
Are you ridiculous? The laws of physics say the fastest swimmer in the world is holding his hand this way, stroking his arm this way, turning his head that way, kicking his hips this way, flipping his feet this way. That is undisputable the fastest way to go through water.
Yes.
But you, Mr. Amateur or Mr. 10th place, are going to tell me that it's your style.
Yeah. So true. So true.
Right. And it's so funny. Like, you just go to the AMA Pro Nationals and, once you learn these distinctions, you can see them a mile away. And I see a guy running in 10th place, trains really hard. He's got all the equipment. He's got, a great program. But you know what? His style, so-called style, does not look like Tomac or Villapoto.
Yeah.
Or who's the other guy?
Like Muscan or...
Yeah, Muscan.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not like that. Those guys, those top guys, use all those fundamentals.
Oh, yeah.
Always.
Absolutely.
But now I look at a guy in the 10th place, and it's like, man, and I'll say it, he's really not riding on the balls of his feet. Just one little thing, right?
Yeah.
He's on there sometimes. And you're riding at that level? Look, you got to wake up.
Yeah.
You got to wake up to the laws of physics and get your feet on the balls of the pegs, your balls of your feet on the pegs.
Yeah.
Like the top guys with number ones on their plate. Why? Not because it's their style, because it works.
Because it works, absolutely. And if you watch video on them, I've watched many video on them guys, and if you watch a Tomac, that's what he's doing, right? And it goes back through maybe 3, 4, but you get back farther and you start watching some video and studying it, they're messing up them fundamental techniques. They absolutely are, you know.
Yeah, so part of it, we break the myths. Now, it's always easy working with amateurs because they don't give you a hard time.
Yeah.
They're there to learn. Hey, do this. Oh, okay. Hey, does that work? Yeah, it works great. Instead, you know, with guys that are accomplished, good racers, you know, they always got an argument for you. Well, I've been doing it this way. Uncle Jimmy told me to do it this way. I've been doing it that way, and it's got me success so far. And I'm really clear it's got you success so far. However, if you think you're going to supersede the laws of physics to go further than you are, you got to wake up.
Yeah.
Now, there's always a guy, and they're doing it every year, these top guys, creating something new. Like when Bubba created the scrub.
Yep.
No one was doing scrubs. And then, you know, Bubba does a scrub. Holy cow. Everybody's doing scrubs today.
Yeah. You almost have to now.
Stewart brought forth something new because he had mastered, I'm going to say, all the other fundamentals, and he now brought something new. But, you know, I go out there at the racetrack, all these guys are scrubbing, but they have no idea the other fundamentals. It's like, come on.
Oh, they a lot of the mentality is to learn that first. And that's backwards, you know.
Yeah, so I tell them, look, let's master the fundamentals that are already there, that your champions and your heroes are already doing. And they show us them on every video and photo you take of them. Let's master those first, okay?
Yeah.
Once you master those, then you can add your nuance to it, your new scrub or whatever it is you're going to do.
Yeah, absolutely. So let me ask you this. As far this question kind of come up in my mind a little bit. As far as the coaching, the BMX coaching, if you're never coached before, there's this myth, I guess, that floats around out there that you have to be a pro rider to be a coach, right? You have to have won some championships, or what's your take on that? That's not true, correct?
Yeah, it's, again, one of these myths. And if you look at other sports, boy, the great coaches, they weren't always great players. Some of them weren't even players.
Yeah.
They're just great coaches. But motocross, we look at things a little different. You know, if you're not faster than me, then you can't coach me.
Yeah.
Well, you know, how old are you, Scoob?
I'm 44.
You're 44. You've been doing this as long as I've been doing it.
Yeah.
Right? And you know, I don't know about you, but I'm not faster than most of the guys I coach.
Let me tell you, Joe, I'm not either. I really ain't.
But I can sure make a difference with them like you can.
Yeah, absolutely. It's, and you know, how I don't even ride as much, even close to what I used to do. I mean, I made it way up through just kind of like you did, and did my thing, and then that was that, you know. And I had a knack for coaching, just like you do, and make a difference in tons of riders all the time, you know. And there's guys I'm training that are way faster than me.
Exactly. So there's a whole world of coaching that you don't need to be the fastest guy. Now, if you are fast, that's great.
Yeah.
Look, and here's who's registering for the program. Guys that are fast. Either they're AMA pros and they want to do this on the side.
Yes.
They can, you know, be on the track all day and make money to get through to the next race. The other side of the spectrum is, you know, old guys like you and me, Scoob.
Yeah.
That, you know, have been in racing, been in around motocross, love the sport, and they know they can teach. They want to make a difference.
Yeah.
And look, some of them don't even coach on a motorcycle. It's not even necessary that you coach on a motorcycle.
Yeah.
And we're going to show you fundamentals like most coaches. You know, you look at the football coach, the soccer coach. Is he out there running on the field showing you how to, you know, do a foul shot in soccer? Not always.
Not, yeah.
But it's the coaching methodology, right? Being a coach, you don't need to be a great player to be a great coach. So yeah, we're breaking that myth up too. And the program is about really having you go through a rigorous 3-month program. This is not some online webinar thing. You're going to be eating potato chips, taking notes, and saying I've passed, and be what I call a talking head.
Yeah.
No one that comes through this program is going to be a talking head, not if they're certified.
Yes.
No way.
No way, yeah.
If you get certified in this, you have demonstrated that you can make a difference with a rider. Mm-hmm. You can communicate in a way that leaves them in action, and they are unbelievably valued. They got great value. They want to come back and get more. That's the kind of people that will have this certification.
Yes. That's great. And that was just where I was leading to, and you kind of already started to go into it a little bit, but go a tiny bit, little bit deeper into that. How is it exactly going to work? You know, what's the details of it?
Yeah. Good question, Scub. So 3-month program. The first month is the preparation phase. Mm-hmm. You work one-on-one with me on your business plan. Again, if you already have a coaching business, we'll work on a business plan to further it. Yep. Or if you're starting a new business, we work on your first business plan. Yeah. So you get one-on-one coaching with me, creating your business plan, which becomes a laboratory through the whole program. And then you're going to be watching videos, doing some reading, all about coaching. So we're going to dive into what coaching really is about, how you can make an impact with a student that their actions change, how they see the world, mm-hmm. others and themselves is altered in your coaching, in your speaking to them. So we're going to be live webinar, all the participants. We do several of those through the program, so we get related with all the other participants. Mm-hmm. And these are, again, not listen to a webinar, no, interactive webinars, which we dig into the material we've been studying. Then, it's fundamentals videos. You've got to demonstrate those before we even get to the track. Okay. The next phase is on the track, 3 days on a motocross track. We're working with students, fresh students, and we'll be coaching you to be a coach on the track.
Yeah. And you're going to actually have to demonstrate that, right? Show everything you've learned up to this point at the track. And is it like a pass or fail thing?
Yep. It's a pass or fail. So as we go through the whole program, we're evaluating each candidate, mm-hmm. Where their strengths are, where their limiters are, where they need to step up, where they need to have a breakthrough. Yeah. And by working with live students, this is not theoretical. You're going to have to put yourself at risk and deal with, my goodness, I've got 10 students in front of me, and I've got to create this school going in a different way because they're not listening or yep. they're not getting it, right? Yep. And you're going to be able to demonstrate that. When you can demonstrate it, then we know you got it.
Got it, yep. I love that. Yep, go ahead.
And it's going to be the most fun part, right? Because we're working with live students. We'll all be working together. Everybody will be participating. Everybody's got a different flair, a different way. But the bottom line is, did it get impacted over there with that student? And you'll be able to see the difference between a talking head where people are like, do we ride yet? And somebody speaking as a coach, impacting rider. Then when you let them loose on that section, holy cow, actions don't lie.
And breakthroughs happen and, and they move forward with progress.
And it won't be easy. This is a rigorous course, right? Yeah. So the last phase, the last month, is the follow-up and performance phase. We're basically training you to lead a motocross school, even if it's a beginner motocross school. Mm-hmm. So that then after we leave the 3-day track, you're going to promote, sell, market, and deliver a motocross school. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have to meet certain measures financially and certain measures with your students, with their surveys, that they were successful. Once you've demonstrated that, then great. You're going to get certified because you've been through it. You've walked through the eye of the needle, as we say, and you've come out of the other side able to produce results.
Officially, this is honestly going to kind of be the first time that there's actually going to be a certification for this. I mean, there's really nothing out there for this.
Yeah. Yeah, well, nothing like this for sure, right? It's not I did a class. No, this is a rigorous 3-month program in which the promise of the program is you will leave the program with the foundation of fundamentals of being a motocross coach and having your students realize breakthroughs in their performance. And you will have a business and have a successful business. So, it's a 1-2 punch where, look, you always wanted to work in the industry. Great. You don't have to work at a dealership. Be a motocross coach.
Yeah.
Holy cow, where do I start? Maybe I'm not fast enough. I don't know how I'm going to do that. All this, concern. Look, I was scared to death too. But you've got a great network of support. We're going to show you how to do it. It's easier than you think. It always seems scary.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be with live students with us.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have whatever breakthrough you need to do to really realize your own dream. And if you can go through and realize your own dream of, man, I want to work in the industry. I want to have my own business. I want to coach riders. I want to make a difference. If you can go through that for yourself, then you've got everything to coach your students to do the same with their racing.
Absolutely. Honestly, this sounds so good. I like it. I love it. I love everything you put together here, Joe. And I love this opportunity. And I know it's going to be something special, and it's going to be really good. And you're going to leave that thing, not just like you get online, become a personal trainer or something. You're actually going to leave with a very good program.
Yeah. Well, the cool thing is, Scoob, is that not everybody, but there's enough guys that are like you that have been doing this professionally
Mm-hmm.
and are really good at it and really passionate about it.
Yep.
And so, now you're part of an affiliation of, oh yeah, I met all these guys when we're training in Georgia, right? I met all these guys, they're coaches, and one's from California, one's from New York. Hey, we can, learn from each other and be part of of coaching.
Yeah. A network of coaching. I absolutely love that too. You leave there and you made a lot of connections and network that you can throw schools together, here and there and
summer camps.
Summer
right?
camps.
It's unlimited.
Unlimited.
Right?
Absolutely.
This whole mini bike stuff is so big and so needed coaching, not only for the riders but for the parents.
Yep.
It's just unlimited, and so it's not about being the best or competing against each other.
No.
It's really creating a community of professional coaches.
Yep.
That are really serious about doing this for a living and, working together, collaborating together. We'll have further trainings to further develop you in each different segments. It's unlimited what we'll do. We get Supercross trainings we'll do, like I said, mini bike rider things, physical nutrition. We'll have the mental thing. There'll be ongoing things that you can get trained in to further your skills.
To go deeper, because there's so many avenues in this game. That's another thing people don't realize in motocross is, there's the techniques, there's the mental, there's the physical. There's so much to this sport. That's why I think it's the greatest sport in the world,
It's unlimited, right?
Yeah.
So, when and some guys are physical trainers, right? They got a great program. They're training these motocrossers. Now you can add coaching. You can add technique coaching and coaching in general to what you've already got.
Yeah. And that would be an awesome add-on to somebody that's already doing good on their physical training, on the fitness aspect of it.
Yeah. And again, the mental part is everything, right? That's where we lead from.
Yes.
That it interacts everything. You can give a guy a great training program, physical training program. And if he doesn't bring the champion to it, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
He does it for 2 or 3 weeks,
Mm-hmm.
and then he does what he always does. He doesn't follow it.
Doesn't follow through. Yeah.
But he's got reasons, justifications, stories.
So that's why I love when you brought that up earlier. You're absolutely right. It starts, and you got to break through mentally first. You got to show up now and aware and ready to go. If you don't break through with that, you can do all this, everything you want, and it's not going to make a difference if you don't have that student step up to the plate.
Yeah, and therein lies the art and science of coaching.
Yep.
That I've got to get my students to get it beyond information, so it doesn't go to the list of all the things they know they should do and aren't doing, all the things they could do but aren't doing, all the things they should do but aren't doing.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Joe, this sounds like such a great program. I'm so excited about this. I'm actually going to be there myself for this program, and which I'm super excited about. So
heck yeah, Scoop.
I'm looking so forward to it, my man. And it's kind of funny. Me and you have talked how about it, Joe, a lot, and we've actually never met in person yet. So I'm looking forward to even meeting you in person. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Scoob, I appreciate, I feel like we're partners and brothers in this. We've talked so much about this program and whatnot. And we're gonna meet in person. Let's talk about that. The next program, it's the fall program. And if you go to the website, beamxcoach.com, on the schedule page, we've got 2017 and all 2018 laid out there. So September 12th, the preparation phase starts, where we'll go into one-on-one coaching and the webinars and the preparation. And then October 14th, 15th, and 16th, we're going to be in Georgia at Durham Town Off-Road Resort, private track rented for us. And we're going to be doing our 3 days on the track, working together.
Awesome. And that place is, for anybody that's never been there, if you've been there, you know what it's about. But for people that have not been there, I call it the Disney World of Motocross, beautiful place to be at, and got everything you need there, bikes, facilities to stay, restaurants and dirt bike shops. It's a really, really awesome place.
Yeah, and Scoob's coached there. Scoob's been there. Yes. I've never been there. It's Scoob certified, so we know it's going to be great.
Without a doubt. You got my word on that.
Some guys will be flying out, right? Yeah. So they got bike rentals right there on site. Yeah. There's cabins to rent. Correct. They got a restaurant to rent. So we'll just be there, boom, for 3 days working together. And when I say working together, none of this 9 to 5 business. We're going to be working together all day and night long until you can't take me anymore.
I love it. I love it. You got my style too on that, Joe. I go and go and go. You know what I mean? So
we're starting September 12th is the prep phase. October 14th, 15th, and 16th in Georgia, Durham Town Off-Road Resort. It's like southeast of Atlanta.
Yes.
So, get on the website, how to register. You go through the interview process. So there's an application you fill out.
Okay.
We contact you. We schedule an interview, find out about, your background and all this, and you're either accepted into the program, and then boom, off we go. We start training immediately in the preparation phase.
Great. So for someone listening to this podcast right now, then the place to go is beanmxcoach.com, correct?
Yeah.
You can get signed up.
Look, I appreciate you having me on the podcast again.
Yep.
And the whole intent here is to really share what I've discovered over the last, 3 decades plus from the masters in coaching, high performance coaching, athletics, and motocross. Putting this all together, it's really an unbeatable program, and I promise to deliver an unbeatable program in which you can really, if you've always dreamed of being a motocross coach, and I know I did, this is your access. There's no more support that you're going to get than now. Now, is it going to take something? Absolutely.
Yeah.
And the first thing it's going to take is, sending in the application.
Yeah. Well, Joe, I appreciate so much being on today. Listen, guys, get yourself in this program. Go to beanmxcoach.com and get signed up on that first step and see where this journey takes you. If you have a desire to be a coach, and this is the way, this is the road to go, and this is the way to do it. So get over there to be an MX coach. Joe, I appreciate you so much being on today. I love having you on every time. It's a great podcast, and I look forward to meeting you down there in Durham Town.
Thank you, Scoob. Thanks to all the listeners. Appreciate you listening to me. And Scoob, we'll see you soon in Georgia.
Oh, sounds good, man. Talk to you soon.